energy needed to lead a powerful breed dog. You are about to see one of the most powerful stories we ever produced. I must warn you, it contains graphic footage of dogs fighting that you may find upsetting. But hang in there and you may learn some valuable lessons about dogs and, more importantly, about yourself.
San Diego.
We're living behind my gallery and photography studio. We both love dogs. We found ourselves, Justin, more than I would look on the different rescue sites and look at this one, and I've had dogs, a couple dogs before, and I was like, no, I just don't think that we should get one just yet. And he'd always look, and I was really surprised.
An opportunity came up to just kind of help a dog, so we kind of jumped on it. So we acquired Sandy. We got Sandy when she was 6 months old. She was real cute and playful and kind of a little disaster, how puppies are and stuff.
Overall, a very submissive dog, just very friendly and gentle, but no obedience, no sit, stay, heel, nothing like that.
We had Sandy for 6 months before we acquired Trinity.
Trinity was in really bad shape. Had an owner that basically neglected her. When we found her, she was in about a 1.5 foot by 5 foot-ish space. We know that she was there for at least a year.
Never been walked.
At least a year.
And just in a bad position.
That's you, baby!
Justin didn't want her in the
That's your
beginning,
sister.
for sure. He's like, what are you doing? But he is a humanitarian, and there was no denying that this dog was in a bad situation and needed help.
We're just suckers for helping dogs, I think.
I bring Trinity home and introduce her to Sandy, and Sandy's great with other dogs, so their initial interaction together was great. But in trying to take Trinity for a walk, it was like walking a panther. I mean, the dog couldn't walk on a leash.
Now it's like, wow, we have two powerful dogs now, and it's going to be real hard to tame these things in a sense, and get them to listen.
So, and having Trinity and with Sandy, I mean, we had to instantly start instilling obedience. We were at the dog park. We would take them there at night, and we met a San Diego State police officer, and he had 2 Rottweilers that were amazingly trained. He could, point, and they would sit down at a distance and
That's
do
you,
whatever they
baby
wanted.
girl!
And Justin was like, oh my gosh, where'd you get your dog trained? We need that. That would be great. Well, he gave us the information, and we contact this trainer. He comes out, he gives us a demo. We're totally sold. It cost about $2,500
See that?
for a 3-week session for both dogs.
$2,900.
And I guess I was hoping,
We're gonna do that.
maybe my dogs will just be this obedient dog when I get him back. And, he was saying, the trainer was saying, yeah, we can work with these dogs. I've done it before, and it shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
He came to pick up our dogs, took them away to his training facility. We were excited. We're like, a little vacation. This is awesome. Our dogs are going to be just like his dogs and like the Rottweilers we saw. It was very exciting.
The day before we get him back, he calls Monica and says he's had a problem with the dogs fighting. So it was kind of like, wow, okay. They've never fought before. This is kind of weird.
We were totally shocked. We met up with him that evening to get our dogs. And sure enough, they had holes all through their necks. We couldn't believe it. Like, our dogs didn't fight. Like, not our dogs. We got a quick rundown of the training, but honestly, we weren't as much paying attention to the training as, oh my God, our dogs got to fight.
We get the dogs home, and all of a sudden, Trinity's just attacking Sandy, or Sandy gives a look, and it's a fight.
Every day for the next week, they got in a fight. And I'm not saying like a little weenie
So
fight.
great. Look at that.
I mean, and neither of us were experienced at that point with breaking up dog fights. We didn't want to look at our hands because we didn't even know if we had fingers. Because it was just, I mean, I have scars and so does he. And this is what we're dealing with constantly. Blood. We've with every fight that they got into, I just knew Justin's fuse was just getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
Without a yard, separating two dogs constantly, working, trying to exercise, it's too much. So I decided to, move away from the house to get room because it's just too much to handle.
Justin ended up moving back to his parents' house, and he took Sandy with him. At this point, we're like, our dogs just can't be around each other, bottom line.
I feel more attached to Sandy just because she was the first dog. She's easier to deal with. I have a little resentment towards Trinity.
Justin was at his parents' house for about a month, maybe a little bit more, and I basically said to Justin, okay, fine, we'll get rid of Trinity. But we have to do it through the rescue. This whole time that Justin had been gone for the month and a half, I've grown so much closer to Trinity because my man's gone and so is my other dog, and all I have is Trinity, and now I have to give her away. It was horrible.
I saw Monica's love towards Trinity, it was inseparable. So it is what it is, It's just the dog's part of the family. So let's make it work.
So Justin found the house that we now live in. We're on 13 acres with a big fenced-in backyard. In living here, our problems aren't solved, but it's easier to separate them.
We have a dog shuffle where the dogs go in and out of the house and they're always separated. One's in the front yard, one's in the backyard, and they can never interact because we don't ever know what's going to happen.
That sucks, buddy.
We think that we've tried basically everything with these dogs. We've tried choke chains, the e-collar, the dominant dog collar, the muzzle. We're not sure that we're doing it the right way and how long you have to use that specific tool before it starts working, and that's why we need Caesar. What I hope that Caesar can help us do is that I want my dogs to get along again. I want them to be friends. I want them to be able to play together.
I hope Caesar can make the dogs trust each other, kind of, so that they can just feel comfortable around each other and they can interact. And eventually
That'd be cool.
be together as a family.
Not like that. Don't do that, buddy. Don't do that. I'm not gonna say
Most
you do.
pit
I'm
bulls are
just-
sweet and loving, but without proper leadership, exercise, and discipline, they can turn into gladiators that fight to the death.
We have 2 female pit bulls,
Okay.
and they used to get along, and they were friends, they were buddies, they played together, loved each other, slept with each other, and they no longer get along. They fight.
Do they only not get along with each other, or they don't get along with other dogs?
Sandy, she gets along with all other dogs. Trinity, she does not get along with other dogs.
Okay, so she's not the issue only, it's other dogs as well.
Right. Trinity, I think, is a vocal player with a little bit dominant, kind of aggressive attitude. Wrong dog, wrong mix.
So it's excited dominance. She gets excited, then she gets dominant.
Not okay.
Then the aggression kicks in.
That's what
It's
we're
crazy.
So
Don't do
the
that.
Sandy every once in a while starts the fight?
I think so.
Just from her attitude,
Does
her
Sandy
look,
always
her-
start the
yeah,
fight?
Sandy doesn't trust Trinity at all anymore. Kind of intimidated acting around Trinity, but Trinity doesn't care. She can fight with her today and be your best friend tomorrow.
So that's more normal.
Yeah.
normal.
Dogs normally fight and then they lick each other.
Yeah, yeah.
See
Sandy
that?
has something to do with it, but I saw Sandy outside. She has great skills.
You do.
Very social,
Really
very
good social
submissive at
skills.
first.
But like Bonesy, for instance, rules. Our cat
Over
rules.
her.
See?
Rules are
Yeah.
dogs. Oh yeah.
Over
Rules both
Trinity.
dogs. They
So
don't
to-
mess with the cat.
so
at all.
stop
The
and
cat rules
freeze.
the dog.
Yeah, that's good. That means she has a limit.
Yeah.
See?
It's just not with dogs yet.
Right.
Okay.
So let me meet her and let me get an evaluation from her point of view and see. But it sounds
He's gonna meet you.
like a case they have to go to the center.
That man right
'cause
there
she
is
needs
gonna meet
that,
you.
Social
Keep
behavior.
going. Keep going. You're gonna be a professional trainer. Keep going. Watch the movie. It's homework. Yeah? So we meet the
Seems
outside.
okay.
Yeah.
There's something with her with toys, squeaky toys, whatnot. She has that very
Possessive?
yeah. She won't drop a toy for anything.
Did she kills the toy?
What do you mean?
No.
Kill it?
Tear it up.
No.
See that? So that she's not playing, she's killing. So when other dogs, they know that the other dog is not playing with the toy. It's
Right.
killing the toy. So they can take that energy towards them. When you have two dogs in the same state, you need a bulldozer
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
remove them, especially this type of breed. Yeah. It was a very deadly
My
silence feeling that I had from her, which is very typical of a red sound dog. Can we bring her to the center at least 2 months? Okay. She needs a lot of social behavior. Yeah. So
Both
for
of
me to
them or
bring-
just
No, just her.
Just her.
Just her. So we gotta find out what makes her come submissive.
Yeah.
I can't do red zone rehabilitations at home. I
Why?
can't. It's just impossible. I can't do dogs that are gonna kill another dog at home. You know, I don't have my pack. I don't have
Thank you.
my best helpers.
Thank you.
Trinity, as we heard, had a really bad owner. She lived with an abusive human being, and these wonderful people took over. They really have a good energy. They definitely can deal with a pit bull without a problem, but they don't have the training to deal with a red zone case.
Thank you. Doing great. Don't tell my fiance.
The dog whisper shooting schedule took us out of Los Angeles for weeks at a time. So it was 5 months before I was able to bring Trinity to the center and work with her on a daily basis. Every time we bring a dog that needs the pack, that's because it's a severe case or a hard case or a case that requires the help of the pack. Trinity is one of those cases. Right now, my
That's
pack
you, baby.
is in a very
Here's
good
an
state of
educational
mind. We have a
necklace.
new puppy.
2
And
months,
so
2 months.
again, Trinity is the red zone case. It requires supervision, and do not try this at home. No ice ears. All right. So let me
Love
see. We will talk about it.
Why is she going first?
We're gonna focus on the dog, the reaction of it.
Focus on the dogs. Control them. But I can control him. That shit is dog park, right? That's your dog park?
So my pack is definitely reacting. We definitely have a red zone case. Definitely a red zone case.
You
And
don't
so
want to
that's
be
why
that.
you
You don't
saw
want to be
that my
that.
pack
You
was
want to be
copying
yellow.
the
I
behavior.
want a green.
Now my pack is influencing her. Earlier she influenced my pack. It's a little bit more quiet, but the energy of wanting to fight is still there. That means she has not surrendered like this pack. All right, so we're gonna need a muzzle. So I want to see how she reacts and how she feels about the muzzle. More important. There you go. Obviously, when the muzzle came in, she went into a more quiet state. So the existence of the muzzle does lower the intensity
There
of
you
the
go.
dog.
Okay.
Now, would you mind you
You got
guys go
that?
on that side and she stay by herself? You can see it from right there. Yes. Back up.
They're licking the lips.
Hey,
I saw that. What's she trying to do?
just relax. What I'm looking is, how she's reacting now without you guys being so close or touching the leash. But we get to evaluate how the packs definitely see.
Good. Sniffing the
Who
butt.
feels more comfortable of the two of you? And I want 100% honesty.
Her with the pack?
Yeah.
He might be better than me.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can I leave the leash here?
You're the leash, buddy.
Don't need no leash.
You don't need no leash. Okay. Now see what as soon as you came in, she lifted the leg.
Yeah. Just trying to get
Yeah, as soon as you came in this side, she did this.
Yeah.
She told him, I'm ready to protect him. So seeing that, I'm not gonna bring you in. That tail wagging doesn't mean they're friendly.
No, yeah.
So you know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So is it possible now that that you guys wait outside so she sees that you guys are not here and I just want to put her in there. I want you guys to see the picture. Sure. But for her, it will be easier for her. So now she wants to fly from it. We have to match the intensity, whatever we have. She doesn't know we want to help. What she knows is what she has learned. Attack another dog is a victim, is a target. See, sitting down is blocking invitation of friendship. So I gotta keep her moving. So if she can't fight, she's gonna try to avoid. Because the way she wants to meet is by fighting. It's a big deal. She's gonna wear the muzzle for a little while. We're gonna see some explosions. And so to make sure that nobody gets hurt, she have to learn to play with the muzzle. Because she can totally create a pack attack and it will be a chaotic place, especially with the little guys that we have around.
Incorrect. Oh, to the neck.
Not laying down completely. Unsure about what to do, so nobody has asked her to completely surrender. See, her dog and her say surrender to the touch, but her issue and her don't know how. So we have the combination of don't know how to be a normal dog, and the dog and her try to be a normal dog. So that's part of the rehabilitation, removing the issue so we can bring more of the dog and her. So we want more. This will be incomplete. Incomplete. Super tense. Just to lay down. That's all. Let's lay down. If you can see, she's moving her nose more. When a